When I saw the video of this man on the internet, it humbled me and it honestly gave me hope that change is coming and that these riots, this looting, and this protesting is going to come to an end because I'm seeing a symbol of hope in this man. He is the Flint sheriff that took off his SWAT gear to stand, to listen, and to march with protesters. He has started a movement among law enforcement. I am now seeing other police departments, other National Guard servicemen do the same thing because this man has become a symbol of healing in this country. Please help me welcome the angel from Flint, the man from Michigan, Chris Swanson, everybody.
First of all, thanks for having me.
When I saw that video, it nearly brought me to tears. Seeing you take your gear off and walk with protesters, what made you do that? What was going through your mind at that moment?
I'm going to tell you that the answer you're about to hear is probably one you don't expect. But today's my 27th year anniversary on the job. I've had tremendous experience in a high crime area. I've got tons of training. But looking back at that video that you saw, it was because I love people.
Yeah.
I have always loved people. I've served on the mission field across the country, and I saw the hearts. I saw the pain. I've been watching it all week. And when I saw the first fist bump in the crowd and a mini hug, I said, that's it. We can listen to what they're saying. And so there was, I love to say I planned it. I love to say it was all scripted, but it really wasn't. I just knew a helmet and batons, those are barriers. And we already have enough of that in the world today that if we put that aside and we show our vulnerability, not as a sign of weakness, but as a sign of strength. And that's what happened. I saw the first brother come by and I gave him a big old hug and I said, bro, that guy is not who we are. These cops love you. They will protect you. I love you. And he says, tell the people. And that's what started. And then the second question, when I asked, what do we need to do now? Did you notice that the group that wasn't organized yet, they were together, they almost answered in unison, walk with us, because that's all they wanted. They want somebody to listen to them. And that unity together, that was beautiful.
100%. And look, it's so interesting that you bring up that, you know, cops are our friends and that we can rely and trust on one another. But let me ask you this. You obviously saw the video of what happened to George Floyd. As a cop, as a sheriff, what was going through your mind? What was your first instinct?
Rage, anger. In 8 minutes and 46 seconds, that cop destroyed years of inroads, years of community police relations just because of that. And how many times we have to do this? How many times we have to go over? And the cavalier attitude that he had, standing on the back of his neck with somebody who's prone and handcuffed.
Yes.
You know, if the role, I mean, it's not even a justification. I don't even need anything more than 8 minutes and 46 seconds to know that is all it takes. That person is not us. That is a crime in progress. And I often think, what if the roles reversed? What if I walk up on an officer? Yeah. And he's prone and handcuffed and somebody from the community is on his neck. Are you kidding me?
It's crazy. And you know, for me, when things happen like that in our community, we sit down and we talk about it and we have to have these hard conversations. But on your end, as fellow police officers, did you guys sit and talk and say, oh, by the way, this is what's going on right now. We need to do something?
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, a culture starts from the top. And we have a culture in this office where we take care of people. We take care of people that don't look like us, act like us, or worship like us. The culture of this office and around here, it starts from what message is the sheriff putting out. And when you show love to people, because police work is protect and serve.
Yes.
So there's a moment to protect and there's a moment to answer calls. There's a moment, but the majority of our job is to take care of people, to feed people, to encourage people, to support, to love people. And in police work, let me just tell you, I'm in a high crime area and I've been here since I was 18, right? So it's not that I don't have a tough side and a strong side, but my heart for people has gotten me more than anything else. I don't need force. I just need a heart for people. And that's the difference. In law enforcement, many times sees that vulnerability as a weakness. And that's not. As I said, it's a sign of strength.
I love that. And I love that you lead with that kind of purpose. But it seems like That's not every sheriff's department, every police department around the country. What can they do to make these things either not happen or let the community know that this is not okay?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I believe in my heart that George Floyd changed American policing forever. There was a tipping point. Yes.
Because there was a lot of things that happened before George Floyd. There were a few
incidents. It peaked. And the question is, how many more times do we have to see this? How many more times do we have to go through this? How many more times? And there was a huge tipping point. And that's why, to answer your question, if policing is done now the way it was the second before George Floyd was even contacted, then that police department, that sheriff's office has missed it.
Yeah.
If you don't see that the race relations in policing and community relations in policing is the most vital thing you can do right now as a police officer, then we can teach anybody to answer a 911 call. You missed it. And that's why I say it is a culture change on our end. And what we did in law enforcement is we laid down our swords.
Yes.
And we engaged in the community and we turned it around. We made Flint, Michigan a history. And there was people on the other side. You had Quan Adams and Jeff Hawkins and Mr. Franklin from the protesters. And they had to be the same. They had to receive the message, but who had to take the first step? The police. And so I can say it because I am one. It is our burden to set the stage, to lay down your swords, even with all the chaos. This country is reeling in pain. It just came over a pandemic. We have scared people at home. We have cultures. We have lifestyles. We have people that are scared to express themselves. This is America.
Yeah.
Assembly, expression, your right to do these things. And where it becomes. So I'm just telling you, I think love covers all. It is a sign of strength in my book. It has got me more than anything else. And that's what happened that day. It was glorious. Flint, Michigan made history.
Chris, I'm telling you right now, you better run for governor of mother Michigan, okay? You need to be in a higher office because you're right. It's a trickle-down effect. Yes. It comes from the top, and we need to start teaching these things. My question to you is because, look, you guys didn't know out there on Just the Sip, I'm a Black man, and, there are times where I still feel afraid. Yeah. What should you tell people who are still afraid to drive at night, to walk in neighborhoods that they would not normally be seeing in? And what should people do right now when it comes to this?
Okay, I'm going to answer those two questions. Number one, please, police officers in America, do not give up on your communities. If you've tried 10,000 times to talk to your communities, to engage, try one more time. Don't give up. Even with all the things, I don't care how many times you've been treated horrible, we have to take the first step. Number two, listen and support your police. I'm seeing the acronym all over, all cops are bad. That is not true. There are 800,000 police officers in the country, hundreds of thousands working right now, white, black, straight, gay, male, female, young, old, veterans, and rookies. Listen, this is a noble field. People will give their life to answer a 911 call. So police can't give up on their community. The community can't give up on their police. And when it comes to people who operate in fear, that breaks my heart. Yeah. I don't even know, because of what you just said, what it would be like to drive down the road. And just by driving, I have this undertone of fear because of what color I am. The only thing I can relate to that is other times that cause me fear or pain or stress. Like I know what those things are. When there's a dispute in my family, or when somebody attacks me unjustly, or someone says something horrific, because I'm still human. I have feelings, right? And when someone attacks, if that's the smallest way that I could understand that someone driving, if that's how they feel all the time driving, are you kidding me? We're better than that. This country is a great country, and people need to lay down their swords and stop dividing sides. And stop making reasons out of nothing. Don't make wrongs right, and just listen to people. This country and this world is starving for a voice of calm, a voice of reason and peace, a voice of de-escalation.
Like what you saw? Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any new episodes of Just a Sip, and you can catch up on any past episodes. The tea was hot, I'm telling you.